It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here, joined by the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors playing against the Knicks in New York. Checking out New York. They lost Game 1 in this matchup earlier this season. They'll see them 4 times in all, looking to even the series with a win tonight. And we all know that DeMar DeRozan is an incredible scorer. But one of the big reasons why he's so good often gets overlooked. It's his footwork. Some would say it's the best in the game at his position.
Yeah, he can protect the ball and create space. I know you guys say this is not a word. His feet work.
It's footwork.
Feet work is amazing.
Okay.
Foot
he
is
has
one.
feet.
Yeah, feet. And both of
But
his
they
feet
don't
go to work.
together.
Well, tell me this. If you have great hand-eye coordination, is it great hands-eyes coordination?
Yes.
No, it's great hand-eye coordination.
No, it's hands, eyes.
Kenny, please.
I'm
take my
speechless.
side.
I'm speechless.
Take my
because,
side.
You know, first of all, he has a great step-through move. That's what really, and he gets to the rim. He's always
And he
in
hits
control.
tough shots.
He hits tough shots. And I always say this, Ernie, if you know, he plays chest to chest, so he plays chesses to chesses.
Chesses to chesses.
I have a question for the panel.
What is your question?
One goose is what?
Geese.
One goose is a
What's
goose.
a goose?
And more than one goose is?
Geese.
Geese.
All right, one moose is a what?
Moose.
Moose.
More than one moose. Meese. Thank you very much.
It's not meese. It's not meese.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
Goose, geese, moose, meese.
Footwork, feet work.
Same thing.
Chesses,
Hands,
chesses.
eyes coordination.
Same thing, Ernie.
Man.
I never wanna waste your time. My mind, so precious. Is yours, is mine. Hey, look at the time. My God, so precious. Is yours, is mine.
Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you here with us on this Wednesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan at the table alongside Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge from the sideline. Well, it was the Toronto Raptors winning their last game against the Wizards.
And if you look at the box score from that game, guys, the first thing you'll notice is how many turnovers they forced.
Now, I think that's a product of being incredibly aggressive. You could see that was a part of their strategy going in, and I thought they were consistently following that the entire game.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Well, guys, when DeMar DeRozan hit free agency in the summer of 2016, not only did he not meet with any other team than the Raptors, he didn't want to meet with any other team. He said, I am Toronto. Outside of where I'm from, I represent this city harder than anybody. Toronto is all I've known. I came in at 19, and I've treated it like home ever since then. Kevin?
And DeRozan is so important to this Raptors team, DA. I'm sure they're glad he's sticking around for the long haul. And, of course, Doris, it's early, but for teams with a lot of new faces, how long should it reasonably take for everything to start to come together?
Well, I think obviously some of that is contingent on, one, do you have your health at the start? Are there any minutes restrictions on players who might have had some off-season surgeries? There are so many things that go into how quickly a team can come together. Have you added significant pieces that will affect and take time to incorporate them into the system? But usually, Kevin, I would say by about Christmas is when teams start to get real about now we need to be all about chemistry and building momentum as we kind of march toward that all-star break.
And Doris, they always kind of look at games coaches do or sections of the schedule in groups of 20 or groups of 10 and say, you know, by the time we get to game 30, our guys have got to be at this. I mean, do you notice that too when you talk to coaches?
That's a great point. I think the best way to do it is to break it into 20-game stretches because you're basically saying we're at the quarter turn, we're at the half turn. And obviously, the closer you get to April, boy, the intensity ramps up drastically.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Lowry and DeRozan are the 1 and the 2. They create so much offense. Ibaka is the 4, and Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Powell in at the small forward. And here are the Raptors now, following the score by New York. Valanciunas sets a screen for DeRozan. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists.
Well, guys, really good court vision, allowing DeRozan to make that pass. You know, he sees the play developing way in advance.
Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But, Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Here is Lowry, following the score by New York. And Lowry gets double-teamed. Porzingis with the steal, and out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. That's tipped. Screen by Valanciunas. Lowry for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lowry's got 6.
Boy, not a bad beginning. 3 for 4 from the floor. Pretty good start.
Here's Kanter. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
The efficiency of Enes Kanter is impressive. This guy's massive on the blocks and knows how to score.
Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Shoots over Kanter. No good from Valanciunas.
And a surprise he doesn't knock that down. Defense a little too lax that time. Boy, that makes them 4 out of 5 to start this thing. They're finding very good shots early on.
The Raptors have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. It's DeRozan with the drive. And that one is good. DeRozan's got his first 2 points of the night.
Boy, officials say play on, even though there's contact. DeRozan, I guess they don't think he needs any help.
That puts them in the lead.
Well, he's a guy that can adapt and adjust to any defense he's up against. It's really something to watch.
Lowry kicks to Ibaka. DeRozan passes to Valanciunas. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's his first foul. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And the basket is good.
Well, the low post play of DeMar DeRozan is starting to demand some attention. This guy is so well-rounded offensively.
Lee using his post move to get the 2 points. Toronto, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Here's Valanciunas. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when you drive the lane, you have to know where Porzingis is, because with his reach, he can sneak up and send that shot away anytime.
Toronto trailing. Outside Lowry. Lee with the steal. And now here's Lee. The fast break opportunity.
Yeah, simply can't lose sight of Lee when he's close to the hoop. Certainly has the ability to rise up and slam it home.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another Unleash Chaos moment. And Ibaka kicks to Powell. The shot will not fall. Excellent D from Kanter. And here again, the Knicks in transition. Up the court they go. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
And looking at the career of Courtney Lee, you know, has hopped around from team to team a bunch of times and always a valued teammate, but just hadn't stayed on one team for very long.
Now here is Lowry, coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. It's deflected. DeRozan against Hardaway. Shoots over DeRozan. The offensive rebound.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Lowry with the ball. 6 points for him. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And with Lee, you know exactly what you're going to get with his defense and shooting.
And Lee is always going to be a wanted commodity. His ability to defend and shoot aren't easy to find, and you just hope he's able to kind of settle in
into a long-term situation. And Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of a former all-star point guard, Junior, not maybe the same ball handler his father was, but he can sure fill it up. And I really feel like he's established his niche in the NBA.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Hardaway Jr., a 6'6" shooting guard out of Michigan. Talk about his game a little bit for us, Greg. Analyze where he is.
Above average in terms of his athletic ability, improving defensively, and right now he's playing off the ball, whether spotting up or filling the lane. I think this guy's got a chance to be special. He's passionate, and boy, does he compete.
You know, it seems a little to me like the mystique of this building that the Knicks call home can be overwhelming at times, right? So many great games played here, perhaps the most iconic floor in all the NBA.
And, here, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. The Raptors shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas. And with this mecca of basketball, there certainly have been more than a few incredible moments that played out in front of these fans. Doris, growing up a Knicks fan as you have, what great moments stick out to you most in this terrific building?
Well, there's so many to choose from, whether it was Allen Houston's floater in the lane, Willis Reed coming out of the tunnel to play in Game 7, or, of course, Patrick Ewing leading the Knicks to the NBA Finals in 1994.
Raptors trail by 7. Outside Lowry. Stolen by Cantor. And again, New York running the court in transition. And Cantor throws it down.
Boy, once Cantor establishes position on the interior, forget about it.
Here's Lowry. He's got 6. Lowry drawing the double team. Kicks to DeRozan. Screened by Valanciunas. To the right side. And Lowry has it in the corner. Cranes the three-pointer. Lowry's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
What a fluid perimeter game. Kyle Lowry, a consistent threat from deep.
And the game plan is clear. Work the ball inside. And watching Porzingis play, you forget how tall he really is in terms of how he moves. Not only how quick he is, but also that skill set. Incredible that a player his size won the skills competition in last year's All-Star festivities.
C.J. Miles, he's checked in for the Raptors.
1 shot.
And that is what fools a lot of NBA fans about Porzingis. Most of the highlights, Greg, you see are his blocks and putback dunks. But if you watch his game, you see that skill level.
It's rare to see a player who's the complete package like Porzingis. I mean, he's fluid. He's got the easy-looking shot. It almost looks like he's a guard shooting the basketball, comfortable creating for himself or playing off others.
Well, Kevin, that's about length. It's about awareness. It's about anticipation. Porzingis able to kickstart the break.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Porzingis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket.
And Dwayne Casey, known as a grinder, pound the rock, Doris, is his motto.
Well, along those lines, how about this? In college, he actually worked in a coal mine in order to get the money to buy a car. Hard work indeed. And we're not talking just any car. It was a 70s white coupe with swivel seats. How cool is that for a young guy?
And look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Knicks.
And really, there's just such a lack of scoring for them from out at the top of the arc in terms of three-point range. And in today's game, you have to get scoring from the three-point range. And that area out above the free throw line extended is a real weak spot for them so far.
Now, here's Lowry. 9 points in the game so far. Oh, and here comes Porzingis all alone. And the dunk by Porzingis.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
And the Raptors with the ball, following the score by New York. Porzingis comes with the double team. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
All right, a chance to look at the stats for DeMar DeRozan. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. Averaging around 26 points per, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, he has to be your primary focus defensively.
I think defenses plan to stop him, but very few succeed, Greg. And that's why he's his team's leading scorer.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
It's good.
I think he could have opted to kick it out with the defender draped all over him, but DeMar DeRozan says, let me shake you off, sir. I got to score the bucket.
Now here's Hardaway. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Clippers.
His passing definitely came into play as well, Kev. He was very unselfish, really kept the ball moving.
Here's DeRozan. Ball's knocked loose. Hardaway with the steal. And it's Hardaway with the jam.
And really focused on establishing dominance down low. And guys, it's working.
Oh, no doubt. I think they've controlled the paint. They've used their size and strength to get off any shot they want.
Here's Lowry. The Knicks making the shot. And that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for New York. Ntilikina comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Toronto also making a switch. Nogueira's checked in. Here's DeRozan. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against Washington.
You know, he was also one of their key contributors on the glass. His effort was terrific.
A different look for New York. McDermott's checked in for Lee, and Sessions subbed in for Jarrett Jack. Anunoby, he's checked in for the Raptors. DeLon Wright comes in for Kyle Lowry. On defense, the Knicks, 13-point lead. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And guys, they just got so many good looks in that one, and the defense never able to affect their offensive rhythm.
Well, I think the defense from the other team was simply porous. There's no other way to put it. So many openings, and they made them pay for it.
So it's Toronto now. The Knicks making the shot. Here's Anunoby. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Last time they came together was in Toronto, where they fell to the Raptors.
And, you know, this can happen on the road. You're out defending guys who have just gotten into a comfort zone playing at home.
No passion on the defensive end. Didn't look completely engaged. Really need to lock in and be focused on these road games.
New York shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And the Raptors with a strong bench unit.
Well, Kev, if you look at what's called the, quote, net rating for their bench, overall they were 3rd best last season. And to me, that goes directly to the ability in their front office. Great scouting, great analytics, and always able to find contributors to fill out their roster.
And McDermott drops them both.
I think I like the skill set of Doug McDermott. He's a phenomenal shooter, and he's got tremendous range.
That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time. While we have a break, we can see which teams have made the most of their second chance opportunities over the last 10 games. Number 5, the Knicks.
I mean, you love their aggressiveness, not settling for one shot offensively, but really running down those loose boards and converting for extra points.
It's hauled in by the Raptors.
The only way he doesn't finish is if the defense gets in his face. Nice job.
That'll go on McDermott. That's his first foul. And so here's Toronto. 17-point game. There's a good screen. Shot clock at 6. Nogueira kicks to DeRozan.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Beats the shot clock but can't get it to fall.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Toronto calls timeout.
Yeah, I think when you look at what Porzingis can do on the offensive end of the floor, you see why he is so dangerous, right? He's got a great perimeter shot. He's got unbelievable size and a great release point. And he has good control over the basketball, can put it on the deck and create for himself or his teammates. That's a lot to offer.
And Porzingis, who is well on his way to being one of the bigger stars in the NBA. You know, Doris, he can handle the ball well as he won the skills competition. You saw it at the 2017 All-Star Game.
Yeah, and I think if you were watching the Knicks during the regular season, it didn't surprise you. Porzingis is a guy who knows how to get some space with his jab step and his dribbling ability. His vision is improving, and to me, it looks like he has the ability to be an elite playmaking big at some point.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Look at Toronto, off to a great start this season, currently in second. And, of course, there's the Knicks, 2 games back.
And seeing where the Knicks are, they look ready to make all their fans forget about last season's horrible showing. They've already picked up some impressive victories.
Now, here's Miles. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Washington, and it's Nogueira missing. The Knicks leading by 19. In the corner, it's McDermott. And finished off by McDermott.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent, right? They have to stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
Here's Anunoby. Sinks the three-pointer. Anunoby's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Nice shot by McDermott.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Raptors trail by 20. There's the screen. Here's DeRozan. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And DeMar DeRozan, a multiple All-Star, last season a career high for him in scoring.
Yeah, this guy has become dominant on the offensive end. If you want to nitpick his game, you could say he could be a better defender. And certainly, with his ability to rebound, his athleticism, I think he's just scratching the surface on that end.
And that one misses.
And really, DeMar DeRozan is a master at what he calls body hunting, that ability to just kind of draw fouls. I think he and James Harden actually are the guys that have really kind of set the tone for how to create those opportunities to get to the line.
Beasley's checked in for Porzingis. Good on the second free throw. And DeMar DeRozan, always, Greg, among the league leaders in free throw attempts.
And when you look at him, 6'7", 220 pounds with tremendous athleticism, he has got all the tools. Beyond, though, that attack mentality, he's a savvy basketball player. Those little shot fakes, his footwork help this guy live at the line.
And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. DeRozan's got 9 points. New York leading by 19. Beasley dishes to Sessions. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Right, the pass to Anunoby. McDermott with the double team. DeRozan on the wing. The pass to Anunoby. That's tipped. Goes up the baseline. Sessions with the rebound.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage. And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Here's Wright. Michael Beasley picking up that last basket. Dishes to Nogueira. To the middle. Here's Miles. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. McDermott kicks to Beasley, and it's Beasley finishing it off.
The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Well, they haven't had to force anything. They're simply moving the ball and working for the best available shot.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Right against Sessions. Here's Nogueira. Plays it up and banks it in. Nogueira's got his first 2 points of the night.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Yeah, nothing too flashy there, but O'Quinn certainly able to punch it down with authority because he is a big body.
A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for New York. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. We come back right after this. And Serge Ibaka, known for his shooting ability now, he talked about the confidence his teammates and his coach instilled in him.
He trusts you. Every time he passes the ball, when you don't shoot, he's screaming you, shoot ball. Then next time what? You will shoot. And if you miss, you say, yeah, good shot. You know, and your coaches in the practice talking to your teammates. Man, when Serge is open, give him the ball. He will make that shot.
Well, if you wonder how much difference a coach can make for a player, there it is, huh?
You heard it in Serge's voice, too. That confidence has already been planted in him. That voice telling him, shoot the ball, is now in his own head. He's going to be just fine.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And the Knicks guys have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Feels like they're getting a lot of deflections, hands-on basketballs resulting into steals. This has been pretty to watch.
They've got Doug McDermott, Kyle O'Quinn out there with Beasley. Then there's Ramon Sessions, and it's Ntilikina in at the 2. They're the group New York will start the second with. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, it may not be the era of the center in the NBA, but Jonas Valanciunas has something to say about that. He said, I try to make sure they don't forget about centers. I'll keep reminding them. The league is full of guys that can do different things, but I still think you need a center that can rebound the ball and score in the low post. I agree. Kevin?
Well, the centers are still important, David. Good to see Valanciunas making his presence felt in the paint. Toronto's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Doris, you've watched the game of basketball develop over the years, but it seems like over the past 5 seasons, there's been a real shift in what is considered a good shot. Talk about that if you could.
Well, there was a moment in last year's finals where Steph Curry is leading a transition opportunity where it's a 3-on-2, and normally you are taught, go get a layup. Well, Steph had Kevin Durant in front of him, and instead of passing to KD, he stops and shoots a pull-up three. The three-pointer and playing with pace are the most extreme differences in this year's NBA.
The pull-up three really took a lot of focus, I thought, this past playoff season, didn't you?
Oh, I agree. And it's incredible the freedom that these guys have to go ahead and pull the trigger. Now, whether that's analytics-based, Kevin, or whether it's just the skill level changing of the players, that's an interesting question.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
The Raptors have gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Here's O'Quinn, and O'Quinn slams it in.
You know, we've seen this before. O'Quinn can make you pay on the stat sheet if you let him, and they haven't slowed him down here.
Toronto calls timeout.
And last season, the Knicks raised expectations with some of those big free agent signings and trades in the prior year. And let's face it, things just didn't work out quite how they had planned. Some would say they underachieved. Hard pill to swallow for a fan base that went into the year with so much hope.
Group in for the Knicks. Cantor checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Lee comes in for McDermott. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Ntilikina. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Sessions. Raptors have gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter. And a big problem for the Knicks and their shortcomings last season was their defense.
Yeah, and listen, they have some shot blocking, but as a whole, the defense lacked teeth. More than anything else, it played a part in the disappointment of last season's campaign, and it's something they'll be focusing on in the coming years.
Toronto's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. In the corner, Ibaka with it. Drills it from outside. Ibaka's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball.
Nice to see that Ibaka has added the three-point shot to his arsenal. You have now got to get a hand up on him when he's beyond the arc.
And you just got to love the way he moves the ball. Very unselfish.
I'd say he's looking to set up his guys as much as possible, and you can tell his teammates really appreciate it.
The shot by Powell, no good.
His high percentage shot right at the rim, and he's wondering what happened.
Cantor's shot is off. Toronto's gone a terrific 5 of 6 from beyond the arc in this game. Lowry against Jack, and Lowry gets double-teamed. And it's Valanciunas that time on the assist by Lowry. Valanciunas has got his second bucket tonight.
Boy, that's a pass I don't think anyone saw coming other than maybe Kyle Lowry. What vision on the dish.
No good from Jack. For Toronto, they've gotten nearly everything to fall for them here in the second quarter. They're a great 7 of 8 from the floor. And staying with the play, Valanciunas.
Well, Jonas Valanciunas has the instincts, the size, and the smarts to go ahead and take advantage of those missed shots and create them into points.
Now, here's Cantor. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Clippers.
Yeah, don't forget how great he was drawing contact and getting himself to the free throw line. Picked up a ton of easy points there.
The shot by Powell, no good. The Knicks leading by 22. Here's Hardaway, and a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Jack's got his 6th assist on the night.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
Now here's Powell. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And Jack kicks to Lee. From outside the arc, sinks the triple.
Well, this is the classic 3-and-D guy, right? Lee just taking care of his role.
It's Miles on the wing. He's covered by Cantor. And the wide open shot from Miles. And that one comes up a bit short. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And what a terrific fan base for the Raptors. 3rd highest attendance in the league.
Well, visiting players will talk about how loud they get, Kev. And think about it, even on the road, a lot of the Raptors fans will make their presence felt.
The Knicks shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Dorsey talk about versatility of players, but as a broadcaster, you've been a courtside reporter, a game analyst, a studio host, you name it. What do you prefer to do? What do you like most?
There's no question about it, Kev. The analyst role is the absolute most fun. Now, the only thing that might push that over the top is to sit beside the great Kevin Harlan.
Hardaway with the steal. And it's Hardaway with the jam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Toronto's gotten both of their 3-point attempts to go down here in the 2nd quarter. Valanciunas dishes to Powell. 3-pointer, Lowry. It's rebounded by New York. Cantor's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
And let's take a look now at the stats for Jack. How his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 6 points a game, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
Lowry, good.
They've given up a lot of 3-pointers here today.
New York's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the 2nd quarter so far. Wasted no time on that one. Hardaway has got 15.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Feeds it to Powell. Shot from 12. Knicks with the rebound. Cantor's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, despite his struggles from the field in this period, you know he's going to keep asking for the basketball.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Well, that's how you attack in transition. Remarkable effort, getting as high percentage a look as you can really get.
Lowry kicks to Ibaka. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists now in this one. And the dunk by Porzingis.
When things come together for Porzingis, he can be too much to handle for any defender.
Toronto's gone 7 of 9 on 3-pointers tonight. Outstanding mark from long range. In the corner, it's Jack. Here's Lee, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. And you look at Courtney Lee, a consistent presence at the shooting guard spot. You know, Doris, you know what you're going to get out of him from night to night.
There's real value in understanding you're going to get a tough defender, a guy who can space the floor on the offensive end, and he's not shy about doing the dirty work, Kev. He'll dig in and do the little things that help you win ball games.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And you look at the Raptors, one of the top teams in the East, Greg, but do they have a chance to go all the way?
I think they're a threat to make the finals. Can they win it all? They may be a piece or 2 away, but still a young and aggressive core. They continue to try to add pieces, and this is a group that has proven they want to win and win now.
And both free throws good for Lee.
Well, Lee has proven to be a valuable role player throughout his career. The combination of shooting and defense is huge.
Miles, that's good.
That's an example of great communication. He knows the spot to get to, and the pass is waiting for him.
Basket good. Lee's got 11.
Oh,
great ball movement there.
Toronto's gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. Lowry kicks to Ibaka. From deep, Miles. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds in the game.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
You know, and that was a nice find by KP. Saw the open man. He was on time, on target with the pass. Perfect.
Now here's DeRozan. 9 points in the game so far. Outside Lowry. From outside the arc, Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Yes, that goes in. And it's 8 points for Enes Kanter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And they double up DeRozan. Here's Valanciunas. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Valanciunas has got 6 here in this quarter.
Oh, efficient scoring in the post. Just one of the reasons Valanciunas is out there.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Toronto's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. Misses the target. That drops him to 40% now. 4 of 10.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
And here's Miles. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game.
You know, rough start for him, but he seems to have turned the corner here in the second period.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, that's a strong finish right there. KP not afraid to attack the paint, scored through contact. Woo-hoo.
Toronto's gone 4 of 7 on three-point shots in the second quarter. Lowry against Jack. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. They get Courtney Lee. And you might remember, Doris, back when C.J. Miles was playing for the Pacers, they had him lining up at power forward. A tall task for him at 6'6".
Well, no doubt, Kev, but credit him for accepting the challenge. You pay a physical price for that. He's much more effective guarding wings. And unfortunately for him, that experiment was pretty short-lived.
Free throw good, Miles.
Well, the lefty C.J. Miles continues to get it done. Such an excellent shooter and length on the defensive end. A good two-way player.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Kanter. Doug McDermott comes in for Lee. And it's Ntilikina in for Jarrett Jack. Nogueira, he's checked in for the Raptors. And Miles drops them both. Well over a decade in the NBA for C.J. Miles, taken straight out of high school by the Jazz back in 2005.
And he's just now entering his 30s. A good floor spacer and solid defender at the 2 or 3 spot.
The Raptors making a switch here. Anunoby's checked in. Lowry passes to Ibaka. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Boy, remarkable strength with Ibaka, right? Fends off whatever the defense throws his way, converts through contact. That's nice.
And Serge Ibaka, remember, it was a first-team all-defense selection. But over time, I think he's become more of a scoring-minded player, and I think that's affected his impact defensively.
And that one misses. And Serge Ibaka, the league leader in block shots for 2 years in a row in 2012 and 13, but he sends him back at about half the rate he once did.
Yeah, but even still, pretty good shot blocker. You add in his finishing and outside shooting, and he's a player to be reckoned with.
Here's Lowry, following the score by New York.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
3-on-3. Here's Ntilikina. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
And the potential that Ntilikina has is really cause to be exciting. A lengthy point guard who can run the offense well, and if he bulks up, look out for this guy. And Frank Ntilikina out of France, played pro ball in Germany, and a lot of fans in the U.S. might not be as familiar with him, but for NBA execs and scouts, that's their job. Ntilikina has a game worthy of their attention.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. In a draft stocked with point guards, Ntilikina's court vision, Greg, might be the best of them all.
I mean, he's a true pure point guard. At the same time, a good shooter. The length to defend wings, so that versatility makes him one of the more valuable prospects.
DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Kyle Lowry. That one is no good. Toronto's gone 4-7 on three-point shots in the second quarter. The dish to Wright. 1:52 left to play here in the half. Ibaka drawing the double team. Takes a 3. And Wright with the basket on the assist from Ibaka. Wright's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. McDermott dishes to O'Quinn, and O'Quinn slams it in.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, Raptors coach Dwayne Casey talked about the chemistry on his team. He said, "We couldn't be better. There's no ego, no hidden agendas. Guys understand their roles." Kyle Lowry told me, "We're a complete team, 15 deep, and we really mean that. You never know whose time it's going to be." Kevin?
DA depth is a crucial part of any team's success. Knowing you can rely on your teammates to step up is huge. Here's Anunoby. 7 points in the game. Pass to Wright. Floats one up, and the layup is up and in. Wright's got 5 now.
I'll tell you, the floater is a shot that takes great touch, but that one looks pretty leaving his fingertips. I tell you, get the feeling he's only going to get better as this game wears on. That first quarter was good. His second quarter has been great.
And here are the Raptors now. The Knicks making the shot. He dishes it to Nogueira. Over to the left wing. Anunoby passes to Nogueira. Count it. Nogueira's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
You know, you have to use the bounce pass in that instance to make the catch easier.
Got a piece of it, and he's able to get it back. There's the pick. In the corner, Ibaka with it. No good on the 3.
Yeah, coming off that screen, wide open, just can't convert.
I think, Greg, that's exactly what you want. The screen was solid. The execution just fell a little bit short on the shot.
And so it's the New York Knicks with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks. Dwayne, not the night you want so far. What do you see happening out there?
I don't know what has happened, but our defensive concentration, rotation has gone the way of the Buffalo. And I don't know what it is. I care less about offense. You know, we're going to score. That's not the problem. It's making up our mind and having a commitment to the defensive end.
Okay, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime
Welcome
Show.
back, everybody. It's the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. New York holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what did you see from them?
Well, they knocked the wind out of the defense in transition, converting fast break baskets in volume. It's a runaway lead right now. In fact, this looks like a track meet.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seemed to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count, and that means taking care of the ball.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
The incredible view of One World Trade Center rising high above New York City. Welcome back, everyone. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen. Nice game. Great performance by Tim Hardaway Jr.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
I think, Greg, we're seeing a couple things. Terrific play calling, unselfish nature, and quality shooting. That makes for good offense.
New York's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So the Raptors 5 right now. Ibaka is the 4 and Valanciunas in the middle. The talented Lowry and DeRozan pair in the backcourt. And it's Powell in at the 3 slot. And what was a wild ride of an offseason for the Knicks ultimately results in a regime change.
Yeah, players butting heads with executives, and when it came down to it, things just needed to change. If the Knicks picked the Zen Master over Porzingis, fans might have rioted in New York City, and hopefully the franchise can kind of start to right the ship.
And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Porzingis.
Right now, after looking at that chart, you pretty much can just jog down the court if he gets it in the paint. That just time and time again, he's worked his way in close and made a shot over a defender or found another way to convert. Just great stuff coming from him thus far.
So it's Toronto now. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip.
You have to love the mindset of Porzingis trying to contest every shot he can. Plays with so much energy.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Great beginning to this second half. Now 3 for 4 from the field.
Here's Lowry. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. And Cantor over to help. Shaq against Lowry. Out to DeRozan. 4 on the shot clock. DeRozan can't get that one to fall.
An obvious blunder by the defense that they get away with. Somebody's supposed to be checking him.
Cantor's shot is off. Here's the Raptors with the ball. And DeRozan kicks to Powell. And the Raptors miss again.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Just giving up way too many transition opportunities.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Passes to Powell. Screened by Ibaka. Ibaka drawing the double team. Powell with it. Now Jack defending. Here's DeRozan. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. DeRozan's got 11.
Well, he continues to be a dangerous scorer for them, but he can't do it all by himself. Someone else has got to help them climb out of this hole.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
In the corner, Powell with it. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Powell's got his second bucket. Lead. Nice feed from Valanciunas.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. The drive by Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Cantor has a lane to the rim. He sees 2 points. This guy's a vicious dunker.
Toronto, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. And now here's Lee, the fast.
Oh, wow. Crazy.
It's a beautiful jam.
Don't tell me I'm just a finesse big man. KP with the highlight reel material.
That Unleash Chaos Under Armour replay really giving us a good look at the action. And the dunk by DeRozan.
Boy, nice feed. Leading him into some space. A nice catch on the run, too. Wow.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. And Kyle Lowry over the last few seasons slimmed down about 15 pounds. He's, Greg, been playing the best basketball of his career.
No doubt. He's still got that low center of gravity, almost like a bowling ball. He just gets under his man, and his strength and tenacity enable him to create chaos at both ends of the floor.
The first one falls. Doors, who are some of the guys that surprise you with their toughness on a nightly basis in the NBA?
You know, you have to think historically, pound for pound in the history of the NBA, the toughest single guy was Allen Iverson. For me, the current iteration, and I'm not saying that Isaiah Thomas is Allen Iverson, they're drastically different players because Isaiah doesn't have that kind of athleticism that AI had early. But Isaiah at 5'9", to continually find his way into the paint, to be willing to attack the bigs, to absorb the kind of pounding he does, and get himself into the MVP conversation, Kevin, really, that was incredible.
LeBron probably takes, for a guy his size, you think he can dish it out, but I'm telling you, I think he gets whacked all the time.
I think, Kevin, this is the single hardest guy in the NBA to officiate today, and frankly, I do not believe LeBron James goes to the foul line as much as he deserves.
And the Knicks making a change here. Sessions is checked in, and the Raptors also making a change. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Serge Ibaka. On defense, the Knicks. Here's Miles, down low, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas. And a perfect time here to look at all the teams that score the most points off turnovers. Here are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. Number one, the Raptors.
You know, it's not just the turnovers they're forcing. I mean, they're converting at the other end, and you know what? It puts a lot of pressure on you to play perfect.
Took him no time at all on that one. Lee's got 16 points.
Well, just the patience and confidence of Lee. He can beat you in so many ways with his shooting and slashing ability.
They need this. Yep, it counts. He's got 11.
You know, he clearly made adjustments at halftime. Smooth offense right now.
The three from Porzingis. That doesn't go either for Porzingis. Toronto's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Lowry. Second chance shot. Jack with the rebound.
Gets it to very close range, but there was no way the defense going to back off and give him that layup.
No hesitation at all in transition, and they have a huge margin in that department.
The Raptors have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. The drive by Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
And Cantor is a solid athlete now. This guy, a determined driver who can get to the rim with those long strides.
Toronto shooting it well here in the third, about 50%. Here's Valanciunas. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. 12 points for Valanciunas.
That's not a bad plan of action right there, guys. Attack the defense in the low post.
The shot's good from Cantor.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
The Raptors have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. They set the pick. Screen by Valanciunas. Knocks it loose. Shot from 12. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And that's a foul called on Ramon Sessions. That's foul number 2 for him. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Porzingis. Nogueira, he's checked in for the Raptors. Toronto shooting 55% from the floor. They're feeling very confident offensively. The wide open look here for DeRozan. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. DeRozan's got 6 here in this quarter. Lee goes in, played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Now Powell, 11 points in the game. They set the pick. That one's not going to go. So New York will take it the other way. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip.
A moment now to see the numbers for Kanter. He's been dominant over the last month. 4th in field goal percentage, 9th in rebounding, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And yeah, he's such an efficient scorer, understands the offense, moves without the ball so well. That's why he's top 5 in field goal percentage. Free throw good, Sessions.
Well, the Raptors have been a top-tier team in the East. There's no question about it. You think back to 2014, maybe a rebuild. They trade away Rudy Gay. Kyle Lowry, there was some talk of him going to the Knicks. That falls through. All of a sudden, the team starts winning, and they haven't looked back.
And he makes the first, but misses the second. And you talk about the Raptors front office, very progressive and very aggressive. Doris, they're willing to take a risk in pursuit of a title.
Well, they have excellent leadership at the top, and it's a group that prioritizes winning. They are willing to be aggressive in the acquisition of talent, and they are always in search of pieces that will improve their roster.
For Toronto, they've gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Doubled by Lee, pass to Nogueira. Powell for 3. No good that time. So New York will take it the other way. Lets it go from 14. Kanter's shot is off.
Boy, just enough defensive attention to throw that shot off target.
DeRozan dishes to Nogueira. It's Powell on the wing. And Kanter over to help. Clock at 6. High, arcing shot. Nogueira kicks to Powell. Tries yet again. And Nogueira with the lay-in. Good. Nogueira's got 14 points.
Boy, look at how hard he pursues the basketball. Gets out of his area. Terrific work on the offensive glass.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now here's Wright. 5 points in the game. And Kanter over to help. Powell for 3. They get the rebound.
I tell you, they better work out harder on the defensive end to box him out. He's going to live on those second chances.
To the paint. Kanter's shot is off.
Now, that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies.
Enes Kanter is a natural-born scorer. Either back to the basket with the jumper or the post move. He's got it all.
Toronto's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Now here's Powell, covered by Lee. There's the pick. And a fast break now for New York. That's good from Kanter on the assist by Beasley. Beasley's got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, there's a physicality and intention to what Enes Kanter does. That's a tough shot. Boy, the bucket's been 5 feet wide for him. He's dropping everything in, Kevin.
They get it again. And he uses the glass on the layup. Kanter's got 29 in the game.
Well, you can see he's feeling it right now. Shots dropping from all over the place this quarter.
Wright outside. He feeds it to Powell. Back to Wright. Outside DeRozan. To the inside. And it's Nogueira missing. New York's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the 3-ball well. And Greg, with Enes Kanter last season, he had to miss significant time with the broken hand, but his offensive game is something to watch when he's healthy.
He just plays hard. He provides that instant offense off the bench, a great array of post moves to pick from.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
First one falls for him.
Well, Enes Kanter continues to prove his worth, guys. An outstanding player on the offensive end.
Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for New York. And the Raptors also making a change. Anunoby, he's checked in for Powell. Good on both. And so here's Toronto. Pass to Ntilikina. Shoots a 3. Rebound by the Raptors. Nogueira's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Anunoby. The kick out to Wright. From the top of the key, he buries it. Wright's got 7.
I'll tell you, good or not, that isn't a shot they'll want him to take again.
And O'Quinn slams it in.
You know, big-time finishes, and maybe that doesn't define his game, but give him a head of steam, and O'Quinn will get the job done.
Toronto's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. We've got 1:23 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Miles. He can't hit that time. Excellent D there from Beasley. Here's O'Quinn. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
Boy, broad-shouldered, barrel-chested. O'Quinn showing his strength right there.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And this season, he's maintained very good form at the line, shooting at about an 83% clip.
Doug McDermott, he's checked in for the Knicks. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Courtney Lee. And Toronto also making a switch. Ibaka's checked in.
Shooting 1.
And that one falls for O'Quinn.
What we have watched these first few seasons of his career is a steady improvement at the line for O'Quinn. He is showing he can knock them down consistently.
And the dunk by Nogueira.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. Now, here's O'Quinn. He's got 23. 2 points. That one goes. Hardaway has got 9 points now in the quarter.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Boy, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense, because you've got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now.
Here's Anunoby. He has 7. Here's Ntilikina. Nogueira pulls it in. Nogueira's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Got that one up quick. Anunoby's got 9. And O'Quinn slams it in.
And defensively, just giving up the high percentage look down low.
Not a lot of aggressiveness from the defense right there. You didn't put up enough fight early to keep him from scoring in the post.
In the corner, Ibaka with it. The pass to Anunoby. Inside. And there's Nogueira on the assist by Wright. And that's now 22 points for Lucas Nogueira.
Boy, that's a decisive move to the cup. He gives the defense no chance to react.
And so it's the New York Knicks with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. Back to the action after this word. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
Don't give in to this semi-fast break and get mismatched. We got to sprint back. We don't want to have just give in to a mismatch. That's what they want.
And Dwayne Casey extremely focused on what he feels are cracks in their transition D.
Hey, creating space on the fast break. Something every team practices. They not only have to flip from offense to defense faster, they have to communicate much better.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. McDermott is out there with Beasley. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn, and it's Baker in at the 2-guard spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Of course, not too long ago, changes were made to the intentional foul rule. In your observation, has this made a positive difference?
Well, I certainly love that the away from the play fouls were extended to include the last 2 minutes of each period. I don't think you should necessarily give an advantage to a team that is playing from behind by intentionally fouling a poor free throw shooter. So that's one. I do believe now the bigger issue in the NBA has become the shooting fouls where the shooter is launching himself into a defender. I think that the NBA will take a hard look at that and make any necessary change, Kev.
Totally agree, Doris. And I don't want to pinpoint one player, but James Harden has made that an art form.
That's correct.
You think back to how Jeff Hornacek was as a player. Doris, you see that same demeanor on the sidelines.
Well, what you're talking about there, Kev, is sort of that gritty, no-nonsense, tough-minded approach. What Jeff Hornacek was as a player, he certainly displays similar attributes as a coach.
That one misses. New York's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Hit some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
Crafty move. He recognizes the size disadvantage, and the mid-range is close enough.
I'll tell you, that's really clever because it's not easy to get that mid-range off over a guy who's got a size advantage. He made it look easy.
And it's in there.
He can be a matchup nightmare if he can get it in the paint.
O'Quinn, the pass to Beasley. Comes up empty down low. Raptor shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Poke loose. Pass to Anunoby. The three. Kept alive. He goes up again. Can't capitalize inside.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
The Raptors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. A wide open look here for Wright. No good on the triple. For New York, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Pass to Caboclo. Back to Wright. Toronto working the ball around now. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down. I tell you, Ntilikina has his head on a swivel, always looking to find the open teammate.
Right with it. Here's Siakam. It's rebounded by New York. O'Quinn's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Beasley, and it's Beasley finishing it off.
And they're just dominating on both ends, and it's reflected now in the score.
Oh, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
McDermott with the double team. Here's Anunoby, covered by Beasley. Anunoby, no good.
He's cold from deep. 0 threes in the second half after hitting just 1 in the first.
And count it, and a chance for 1 more at the free throw line.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And the outcome of the collective bargaining agreement and a potential 11-year stretch of labor peace, one of the longest in league history. Doris, what does that mean for this great game of ours?
Well, it means certainly that we can all take a sigh of relief. Everybody wants to play basketball and see basketball played. So great for the players, their representation, great for the league, and certainly great for the fans and the television partners.
And Doris, I sense such fairness on both ends, too. It really is a partnership.
You know, I think it would be wise for both both the players and the ownership to remember they need each other to peacefully coexist and to thrive. And when you're trying to get an agreement that does the best by both parties, this is what you can have. You can have a long stretch of labor peace that makes everyone happy.
Well said. Pass to Van Vliet. 6 to shoot. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
You know, once a pass is made out of the double team like that, the defense is spread too thin to stop the bucket. Heads up assist there.
And he's clearly been the best rebounder on the floor today.
Well, he just works so diligently inside, and the numbers back that up.
A nice shot by Caboclo.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of look.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Fast break, Toronto. From 17 feet out. Tries again, and he sinks the layup.
And they've shown a little extra hustle on the offensive glass here in the second half. Second chance points are starting to add up for them, and they can use every one of them. Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. And the pass to Anunoby. He tries for 3. The shot that time, not on target. So New York will take it the other way. Here's Baker. Releases from the wing and drills it. Baker's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Toronto's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Passes it to Anunoby. They set the screen. Here's Van Vliet. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
What fearlessness, right? He likes to go at taller defenders, and he shows he has what it takes to get it done.
To the middle. Here's Valanciunas, and he uses the glass on the layup. The Knicks have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter.
I'll tell you, that's aggressive passing, threading it down low and setting up the bucket inside. Really nice.
For Toronto, they've gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth.
And I tell you, you allow Jonas Valanciunas space and he will throw it down. He's got the size and length to make it look easy.
And it's good, 2 points. O'Quinn's got 29.
I'll tell you, it was the sharp passing that led to that shot. Terrific teamwork.
Raptors shooting about 47% here in the fourth. To the paint, Siakam. And he jams it with authority.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Nice shot by McDermott.
Well, McDermott is working on that interior game because he has size and touch.
The Raptors have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
Well, that's just taking your eyes off the target before releasing the pass. Very careless.
The Knicks making a switch here. Sessions is checked in. New York's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. O'Quinn can't hit.
Well, he gets the separation he needs. You can't say the same for his aim, though.
Pass to Van Vliet from downtown. Knicks with the rebound.
Boy, all sorts of space around him. If he can't hit those, the defense not going to worry too much about him.
McDermott can't get it to go. Here's Toronto now. Pass to Caboclo for 3. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Well, we know that Doug McDermott will run the floor hard in transition, trying to get himself into position to finish.
McDermott's getting it done, shooting over 55%, 5 of 9 shooting from the floor. Van Vliet kicks to Valanciunas. Here's Caboclo. Back to Valanciunas. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Valanciunas has got 6 in the quarter.
Well, how about you get a look at the range of Jonas Valanciunas? Gets this done with his back to the basket, or in that case, the mid-range jumper. Boy, the assist just put on time and on target. Easy shot opportunity.
Toronto shooting an efficient 53% from the field. And a fast break now for the Knicks. And O'Quinn slams it in.
Call it a slow motion break if you want, but Kyle O'Quinn there to finish it off.
And here are the Raptors now. The pass to Anunoby. There's the feed to Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. And finished off by McDermott.
Well, the respect you have to have for McDermott's jump shot opens up that drive for the easy opportunity.
McDermott's getting it done tonight efficiently here from the floor. 6 of 10 so far. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
Yeah, that's right. You said it. They don't find a way to switch it back on. They're in trouble.
Van Vliet passes to Siakam. Doors one trend we've seen in the league, and emphasis on getting back defensively rather than pounding the offensive glass. I think of San Antonio a little bit when I think about that. Why is that, you think?
You know, I don't know if this is something cyclical and we'll eventually see teams emphasize getting to the offensive glass as a means to help them win. But one of the most dangerous aspects of the NBA right now is transition 3 opportunities. We're not even seeing teams get back to the hoop and build their defense out. At this point, they're sprinting to the 3-point line and then building back toward the hoop. So a drastic difference. We'll see if it changes at any point.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Doors with the players being so athletic and the plays happening so incredibly fast. The league is looking at maybe 4 or 5 officials. Wow. Would that just be more whistles or better officiating?
I'm glad you're chuckling about this because I don't know how the geometry of this works.
Thank you.
As it is, sometimes the size of the players seems to swallow up dimensions of the floor. Kevin, one of the things that Steve Kerr once said to me was, we are trying to make officiating a science when in fact officiating is an art, and sometimes mistakes is part of the human dynamic. Can we leave the officials alone, please?
And I think if they're over 90% correct, which is I think even low in terms of success in them calling a game, that is phenomenal. And the analytics, as you know, Doris, coming from the league office is off the charts. They've never been more detail-oriented.
Correct. The NBA officials are the best in the world. Are they perfect? No. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Let's just play on.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing.
And they get it back. O'Quinn can't hit.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
To the inside, Valanciunas, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Boy, this has been a bit of a showcase for Jonas Valanciunas, over and over, finding a way to get it done on the offensive end. Boy, you have got to love the dime, the pass on time and on target.
Toronto shooting fairly well in the fourth, around 48%. Wright sets a screen for Valanciunas. Screen by Valanciunas. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one is on Beasley. And Doris, regarding league expansion with the popularity of international basketball, you think there'll ever be a team added to the NBA that is not located in North America?
You know, this is a fascinating supposition because the game is so popular in China. The game is increasingly popular in any number of non-NBA cities in Europe, Kev. I just wonder about the logistics of it. We talk all the time about the difficulty of the travel schedule and the games in a certain number of nights. If you're incorporating overseas travel, it just seems to me that that's going to be a tough jigsaw to work out.
It could be. If you're playing on the East Coast and play in a London or a Paris, those flights probably don't measure much over 7 hours. But I get your point, and that, you know, all leagues are looking at this now very closely.
This is something the league is looking hard at. It'll be curious to see what occurs from it.
One of the things, too, is do we need to influence overseas markets now to find new revenues? I think that's something that all the leagues are looking at. Here's O'Quinn. Nice D from Valanciunas.
Well, can't find the target, but good work to get into open space inside the arc.
Anunoby passes to Wright. Here's Siakam. He's covered by Sessions. Stolen by O'Quinn. And a fast break now for the Knicks. And that one is good by Beasley. Beasley's got 20.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Knicks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
Raptors shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're up. 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now we get a chance to check out our Jordan Player of the Game.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
He doesn't always get the minutes he's gotten tonight, but there's no way they were going to sit him down once he got going. And the crowd has been loving it. A memorable night for him coming off the bench. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Toronto. And he knocks down the first one. And so Wright nails both of them. New York's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. O'Quinn can't hit.
Boy, it's tough to see how he misses that one. I don't think the defense was all that tight on him.
Screened by Valanciunas. Down low, shoots over McDermott, and Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist from Valanciunas.
Boy, that play developed just the way they wanted, and Valanciunas made sure they got the bucket. What a tremendous pass.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, it really was. They wanted this home win badly, and they went out and took it.
And Ibaka slams it in.
And how about Ibaka getting off the floor for that dunk? What a great finish.
O'Quinn can't hit. Poked away. Stolen by O'Quinn. Jumps up. And O'Quinn slams it in.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Shooting 2.
free throw drops for Wright. And so Wright nails both of them. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
Well, he's obviously anticipating different movement there, and instead of an easy connection, the pass sails straight into the front row.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. They poured it on tonight, dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys got out on the break tonight. How did you get into transition so easily?
Yeah, we want to play faster, and that's what we try to do whenever they miss. We try to run, move the ball quick, and get easy buckets.
And you were able to beat them down the floor tonight, KP. Thanks a lot for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.